Hey guys, hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm going to be giving you guys a 6-month update on my jungle Aquascape fishbowl. I can't believe how quickly the 6 months have gone ever since I set up this fishbowl. Usually around the 6-month mark, Aquascape starts to mature really nicely. In my fishbowl Aquascape, the Helanthium green carpet has grown really nicely now. It's covered the whole foreground really nicely. You can also see the red roof floaters have been growing crazy too. Within the space of a month they densely covered the top of the fishbowl. So I think it's time to thin out the red roof floaters a little bit and give the fishbowl a good clean overall. So here's a better view of the red roof floaters. A couple of weeks ago I placed my light close to the surface of the fishbowl, and now I started to notice that some of the leaves on the red roof floaters started to turn red now. I think the lighting still needs to be a bit more intense to make all the leaves turn red fully. I'm going to try and play around the intensity of the lighting so I can try and get those red leaves to come through. Hopefully I might even get these plants to flower too. Firstly I'm going to start by removing all the floating plants from the fishbowl. This is just going to help make the whole maintenance process a lot easier. I find that the floating plants can sometimes get in the way when I'm trying to trim other plants in the fishbowl. Now I'm going to start siphoning out some of the water from the fishbowl. I will be doing this in 2 stages. So first I'm going to remove about 25% of the water from the fishbowl, and then later on I'll remove the other 25% to make a 50% water change overall. Moving on from siphoning out the water from the fishbowl, I'm going to start by trimming the Limnophila. I'm going to try and trim it to about half its original size. I don't want it to be too tall, otherwise it will just start to drape all over the surface of the water. Next I'm going to be trimming the Cryptocoryne Lucens. My aim with this is just to cut any of the larger leaves off. I like this plant when it has its small leaves and quite low growing. It helps add a little bit more texture to the foreground areas. What I've also noticed is that there's a lot of stray moss growing around this fishbowl. I have no idea how this stuff's got in here. I think this moss snuck itself onto one of the plants I've added to this fishbowl, so I want to move as much as I can so it doesn't take over the whole bowl. I'm going to start cleaning the glass of the fishbowl using a toothbrush. I've been pretty lucky with this setup compared to my previous fishbowl Aquascape. I've had a lot less algae growth, so there's a lot less cleaning involved. With the glass of the fishbowl now clean, there's some debris and detritus that have built up into the water column. I'm going to do a second siphon of the water just to remove as much of this stuff as I can. Hopefully this will let me get clearer water quicker. With all the water now siphoned out of the fishbowl, I'm going to start refilling it with fresh clean water. After adding all the water back into the fishbowl, some plant matter is floated up to the top of the surface. I'm going to use a small shrimp net just to try and remove all the floating plant matter from the surface of the fishbowl. That's pretty much all the maintenance now done. The water's looking just a little bit cloudy right now. In a few hours time all the debris and detritus that are floating around in the water column will settle down to the bottom, and then hopefully we should get some clearer water. Overall I'm really liking how the scapes turned out so far. I didn't trim back the Helanthium green today. I want this plant to grow a little bit more to help to create more of a jungle look. I think I'm going to let it go wild and see how crazy it gets. Hopefully by letting it grow wild it will provide a lot of hiding spaces for the fish and shrimp in the bowl. I'm going to now re-add the feeding ring back to the fishbowl. Since the floating plants grow so quickly, I'm going to only put about a quarter of them back in. I say probably in about 2 weeks time they'll cover the whole surface of the fishbowl. This time I hope the leaves of the red roof floaters will actually turn red. It will be really interesting if this happens, and it will also make the surface of the fishbowl look even more interesting. So here's the bowl after the water settled down and after adding the floating plants back in. The water's looking super clear right now, which is really nice to see. Overall, I'm getting a really nice jungle feel from this aquascape. The Limnophila that's growing at the back of the fish bowl almost look like trees, and the Helanthium turning green in the foreground looks like overgrown grass. All these features help to provide more of a jungle kind of look. I am thinking about using a different stem plant instead of Limnophila. I'm thinking of using a red stem plant like a rotala to break up the greens in the aquascape. What do you guys think of this option? Should I do it or should I not? Leave a comment down below, let me know if I should do it or not. I haven't grown rotala in years and it would be really nice to grow this plant again. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this 6-month update on my jungle fish bowl aquascape. Let me know what you guys think about this fish bowl by leaving a comment below. I'm really interested to see what you all think about it. If you want to see more videos from my channel, please subscribe and also give this video a like, it really helps out a lot.